This is a war, I tell you. This is a war, and it's a war that I am losing. Oh my goodness, horror movie stuff. There's nothing for them to eat in here. There's nothing. There's nothing at all. They're just coming for nesting, and now that I've moved the nest out of the pantry, or sprayed in there, emptied it out, vacuumed it, and now I caught them trying to make a nest in one of the other cupboards. And my aircon's not working because they got into the circuit board. Got the electrician working on my aircon. Hopefully we can fix it because it was a hot night last night. So the electrician came around yesterday and said, yeah, the ants got into the circuit board and that's what's shorted it out. So now I have to order a new circuit board for my aircon. So it's hot and I can't run my air conditioner. They've got to order the part in. And I asked them when they come back, if they do, when they fix the aircon, if when they're up there in the roof, they can put some of that really toxic ant red stuff, put it up there in the roof cavity, in the hope that they do take it back to the queen, because otherwise I'm going to be living with these guys for God knows how long. I am so exhausted from fighting ants. It just never ever ends, and they're obviously nesting up in that roof. And I'm spraying, like, I'm going for the poisonous stuff now, like this stuff, toxic mortine, spraying it into all the cracks and everything. One good thing about, at least with the air conditioning not working, I mean, I have all the windows open in the place and good airflow coming through, which is probably just as well, because otherwise I'd probably be gassing myself.
If I don't breathe, my life is done. My brain, my body feels so sedated. My lungs, my heart, so suffocated. I need air, sweet air. Oh God, please just let me breathe. I need air over there. Place it's fine to be just me.
I don't even know how much toxic crap I'm breathing in right now just from being in here. But I guess unless I get the queen and that other stuff, that ant-rid termite stuff was supposed to get rid of the queen, I don't even know what's going on. But as soon as I move them from one spot, they just try and find another spot. And yeah, the only reason I hadn't sprayed inside that cupboard was because that's where I keep my spices and my food and stuff that I don't really want. I don't want the containers to even have the smell of toxic spray. This stuff is like lasts up to 9 months apparently, so it's got to be bad for you. And now I'm sitting in a caravan that's full of toxic spray, which is just against everything I stand for. I gotta move spots. I can't be in this spot. It's nice by the creek, and it's nice, having the shade of the trees and the beautiful view and my awning up, but this is not tenable, and I can't explain the level of frustration I have. The sheer quantity of ants just absolutely defies belief. It's just millions and millions and millions of ants, and they just keep coming out everywhere. Sometimes I'm lying in bed and they're crawling on me while I'm sleeping. It's freaking horrible. I'm a pretty tough chick, I can handle spiders and I can handle snakes, but I think it's the swarming nature of ants, the fact that they're just literally everywhere and that there's millions of them. I can't handle it. Oh, and the smell of the spray. If I chase them out of all the cupboards, they're just going to go into the walls and the roof cavity now. So I'm trying to sort of project that spray into there as well. But all that's going to do is kill them on contact. It's not going to kill the nest. So yeah, we have a real problem. The ants just found another way in after I just destroyed a nest I found inside the cupboard. They've started crawling out through this light switch. There was just a few of them, so I've put a bit of that ant red stuff in there, and look at how many within a couple of minutes. There's a whole bunch of them, and they're all feeding on that. I'm really hoping they take it back to their little queen, because I am so over these ants. Honestly, could you live with this? Could ya? I can't. Every day I come out here and I check the legs, the wheels, the back legs. Up over here I check here. Now I've been doing this since before Christmas when they first started coming in all these ways. I check each one of the awning poles and make sure there's absolutely no sign anymore, and hasn't been for about a week. I've washed the whole outside so I would see if there were any more tracks, and there was for a while. There was a lot of tracks coming in and out. There's none anymore, and they're not coming in on the hoses, so they're in there already. It's just so constant. I have to keep constantly spraying and constantly vacuuming up. You know, I mean, I couldn't just spray it and walk out the door. I've tried that a few times, and I go for a walk after a spray, but it's still everywhere. And check this out. This is dead ants on my lounge right now. Millions of them. And that's probably 3, 4, 5 times a day I have to vacuum them up. And I've had to just take everything out of the cupboards, and so the place is really messy again because I can't keep anything in a cupboard because they'll just go and nest in there. Help. I gotta go vacuum again. This is a war, I tell you. This is a war, and it's a war that I am losing. Seriously. I mean, there are millions of casualties, but I'm still losing. I'm still losing. And I don't know what else to do. Here we go again. Oh. I can't even sleep in my bed anymore because they just drop on my head and it's horrible. Oh, why? You ready for this? This is going to be disgusting. Okay, that's kind of gross. All the ones that would fall out. This is like horror movie stuff. Honestly, I'm just sort of feeling like too many forces conspiring against me at the moment. I mean, I can't move my caravan because my truck's still getting repaired. It's not going to be ready for another week, he reckons. Hopefully, he said. My air conditioning can't be fixed until they get the part in, and so that's not going to be for next week. And next week there's a forecast of 38 degrees heat. And, you know, I can't move. And so if I wasn't going to flood in the last disaster, now I'm going to just be sweltering in heat and being crawled over by ants. So I'm trying to tee it up because I know the caravan has to go back in to get its repairs finished because they hadn't done that yet either. So I've been trying to give them a call and say, hey, like, now would be a really good time to finish the caravan repairs if possible, because if I'm going to stay in the cabin again, I'd rather do it now while my air conditioning's not working. Like, if we could kill 2 birds or multiple ants with 1 stone, that would be really awesome. You know what I mean? But it just isn't working out that way. I don't know if it'll make any difference now, because like I said, they're already very much nesting. There are eggs inside my van. The nest is now in my caravan, most likely up in the roof where I put wool insulation in that entire roof. I just pulled off that light fitting then, and it was just teeming with eggs. And the cupboards have been the same. I've had to take all my clothes out of all the cupboards and surface spray all inside the cupboards so that they don't come back. But then if I surface spray, I end up with dead ants dropping all over the place and constantly vacuuming dead ants. There's no winning this war at all. So the bait has been laid multiple times. The supposedly goes back to the queen, unless there are multiple queens and multiple nests up there, which is highly likely at this point given the numbers. But yeah, whoever's up there is a permanent resident in my van now, and so even if I move, I'm still going to be battling this problem. And it's just, you know, give me a break. Just please give me a break. And my capacity to deal with stress is severely diminished, and I've never been really good at it, you know, like, I mean, I have to deal with it because I have to deal with it, and life's very stressful, but this is too many things in a row to deal with at the moment. And who'd have thought it was the ants, you know. I was just starting to get myself into a bit of a headspace and feeling a little bit better about, you know, cleaning my house, and things are going to get fixed and it's going to be okay, and insurance covered everything. Like, count your blessings, so much to be positive for, so much to be thankful for. Contacts with people that I've, you know, really appreciated, and visit from my son, and I guess you take the good with the bad, you know. Like somebody once said to me, Lisa, I've never met anyone who's had as much bad shit happen to them as you. And I was like, you've probably never met anyone who's done as much as me, who's put themselves out there, who's been to as many places and experienced as many things and had as many wow moments as I have had either. But at the moment, the shitty things I'm dealing with is outweighing everything, and yeah, I don't know, it's hard not to take it. I know I shouldn't, but it's hard not to take it as a, you know, this constant feeling of reevaluating, like, is this actually going to work for me, living like this? Is this going to work? Can I handle it? When I feel like every time something goes wrong, my capacity to handle the next thing that goes wrong is diminished every time. So it's very hard to be stoic when you can't even sleep and relax in your own bed, and you can't sleep because it's hot, and you get no rest, and your mind isn't in its best shape because it's constantly frazzled and probably inhaling so many toxic chemicals right now, which is going to, you know, not be good for my health either. So I think I'm just going to go stay in the cabin, like, even if I have to pay for it myself, like $150 a night, like, just for my own sanity at this point, you know. Anyway, I'll let you know how I go, but really hope this gets resolved soon.